Come on now. You already know what this is. First things first. God did this. Don't get mad with us. I'm your humble host, your man, your myth, your legend, Eric Knight. We got the one man and the only man that can check into the Heartbreak Hotel. That's the Heartbreak Prince himself. Look, we got some other special guests up in here. Look, it's Women's History Month.
It's Women's History Month. Let's go.
And you know we got to show that black girl magic, man. Look, we got
Black
a few
coffee, no
people up
sugar,
in here
no
with us,
cream.
man. We got my girl from TikTok, Sean Diva, up in here with us. And we also got from look, and I'm excited from this, man. I'm so excited for this to even have these other two women on here because you know this is a little different, man. Look, this is very, 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 very different. Oh, where she go? It's all right. We're gonna get her back up on here real quick. We're gonna get her
You know
back.
how the
We're
devil
gonna get her
works.
back.
You know,
The
these
devil is a
kids.
liar.
Devil be trying to he be trying to work, but you know the exclusive nights be working
You work
harder. Look,
harder.
I'm gonna tell you, then come on now. There she go. We got her
There
back.
she go.
It's these kids. She right. It's every time. Look at them on PlayStation. I'm about to go find them, and they gonna have their feelings hurt first.
Oh man, we got Kiara and we got Tanisha from the Main Event Mamas podcast. Look, and if y'all haven't seen them, they popped up on Unreal season 2 now. Okay, come on now.
Episode
They
two.
Yes.
Episode two.
Episode
Yeah.
2. Hey, when you make it on there, you can make it anywhere. I'm gonna tell you right now, boy.
Fingers crossed. Okay. Fingers crossed.
Oh man, look, I ain't gonna lie, man. This week of WWE really had me on a roller coaster, man. You know, they just like one day we looking okay, then it's like Tuesday we looking hot. You know, Vengeance Day is tonight, and then of
Yeah.
course SmackDown. Y'all just immediately piss me off. As always, I can't even lie. I used to say that Friday Night SmackDown was the best part of the end of the week, but the way that y'all ended the show, I don't even know if I ain't got any words for this. But you know what? It's all right. We're going to get right into it. So let's go ahead and start it off with the 2 hours and 30 minutes of fire. Monday Night Raw, baby. Monday Night Raw, man. Monday Night Raw. Look, I ain't even gonna lie, man. Monday Night Raw wasn't even that bad. I actually enjoyed a good amount of Monday Night Raw, man. I ain't gonna lie. It was actually pretty good, man. I'd be capping if I said I didn't actually enjoy this episode of Monday Night Raw. Okay. Let's get right into it, man. Because they kicked this show off. Paul
Ladies
Heyman.
and gentlemen.
Paul Heyman, man. Look, he came out there with the vision. You know, we're seeing the distractions, all the different types of masks, man. At this point, I'm like, all right, Seth, we get it. Now we got the diversions and everything going on. I thought this wasn't too bad. You know, send Austin Theory off and hold into the crowd. Send Logan Paul off to the crowd. There was another masked man walking down the ramp. Paul Heyman thought that was Seth. But Seth Rollins coming back with the steel chair. And I thought this was low-key, a little bit poetic. Came back, all right, hitting Paul Heyman with the steel chair. Then, at the same time, hitting this man with a curb stomp. Okay, I thought this was great. Now, after, because of course, you know how it was, you know, they got to throw some ads after that. They sent Paul Heyman into the ambulance. Okay, Austin, thinking everything's smooth. Logan Paul getting into the ambulance with Austin Theory. Okay, Austin Theory comes out. But then, Big Jim. Okay, and I thought this was good. Big Jim coming out. All right, beating the hell out of Austin Theory, clearing house. And who was the man that was actually driving that ambulance? Yeah, LA Knight, man. LA Knight. I thought this was great. This was a great way to keep the show hot, kept it fresh. But then we flash forward. Gunther. Now, this was actually a really good match, by the way, but Gunther beating Dragon Lee. And the way how he beat Dragon Lee, I thought this was a little low-key disrespectful for the luchadors, man. This is something you ain't even supposed to be doing. Rips off the mask from Dragon Lee and forcing Dragon Lee to tap out. Man, that man just was just laid out, man. This was looking a little sad. I ain't gonna lie. But still, overall, great match. Great match. Then we flash forward. AJ Lee. All right, I gotta talk about this real quick. Cause I ain't gonna lie, this whole promo was just absolutely cringe to me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I could not take this. I've been saying this for a while now. I can't keep doing this with AJ Lee. I can't keep doing this with CM Punk, even though CM Punk actually did a little bit better this week. But I'm like, man, come on, man. I don't know if it's just the tone, the timing of how she's talking. I don't know, man. I can't with this. This whole, if anybody wants to come, and step up, then I just can't. I can't with AJ Lee, man. It's just, man, it's coming off like it's not her. And I get it, time has passed, time has moved on. I 100% get that. Now, at some point, you got to evolve. But it's just something with AJ Lee. I feel like she needs to brush something up because this really hasn't been it for me. But I don't know. Heartbreak Prince, what's your thoughts, man? What you think?
We kind of talked about it like last week where we said her promos are kind of like from back in the day from when she was wrestling, full time. And I don't really know what to say about it because it's like I like AJ Lee. I like I like the nostalgia pop that you get from an AJ Lee. It's just I guess we've gotten so used to what the ladies are like today when they cut promos that it just seems very cookie cutter for her, and I think that's probably where that disconnect is. And so I want to give her time to kind of now that she has the title and we're going to see her more on television, hopefully, to kind of get into a groove, maybe to get her feeling a little bit more comfortable. Because I still think there's a little bit of nerves there. Not saying that she's a nervous performer, but just, she's back, into wrestling. She's starting to have singles matches. She's starting to have to be out, in front of the crowd and cutting promos, again. And she just hasn't done this in 10 years or however many years she was gone. So I'm gonna give her some grace for now and just hope that as time goes on and she gets more and more comfortable and starts to feel like herself
again. Yeah, man. Shandi, what's your thoughts, girl? What you think?
No, so for somebody that's new, when I saw AJ Lee, I'm just gonna tell you, it's the skip for me. That psychotic skip. When somebody skips, anywhere. You are in danger. You in danger, girl. You in danger. And I can wholeheartedly agree with you. I need to see something different. I did go back and watch a little bit of stuff of her wrestling back in the day. She needs to reinvent herself into a new you need to evolve. I feel like with me doing the things that I'm doing, like Black History, you see Black History in wrestling, you see that people evolve. Like they have 5 or 6 or 10 different names until something stuck. I feel like it's nerves. I feel like you're still trying to find yourself. But girl, we waiting on you. You need to do something else. Just like I'm going to give you grace, but you got to come on with it. With you having the belt, let's come on with it. Let's see what you got. Skip with a chair or something. Do something. I don't know.
I'll feel that one. Kiara,
Not a chair.
What's your thoughts? What you think?
I say it's not her fault. That's all I'm gonna tell you right now. My biggest problem with it is they're not setting her up for success. You never sent her out there to just talk. You sent her out there to move the needle somehow, right? So you're gonna bring out a competitor. You're going to have her talk junk about something or someone. But you just bring her out there like, la, blah, blah, blah. Like, ma'am, no, we don't have time for that. And this is my biggest issue with the way they're booking on Raw, is that there's so many people she could be talking about. She could have went into a program with Natty or Bailey or Lyra.
Yes.
I mean, like, they're all just sitting there with nothing to do. Hence, Adam, put us in the tag team division. And I said this on our show, break up already. Break up and move on. Both of you just need to go into separate directions and move into different feuds because it's not pulling or pushing anything. But for AJ, it's not her fault. I think her character is viable. It's a little crazy. She's very fun to watch, but you can't expect her to be out there doing a soliloquy. That's crazy. That's where I go with that.
I feel that. I feel that. Tanisha, what's your thoughts, girl? What you think?
Well, first, I just want to say, Sean Diva, I love your accent. I don't know where you're from, but I just love it. I just love your accent.
Georgia,
Anyway.
girl, Georgia.
Georgia, hey, Georgia in the house.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
No worries. You're welcome. My take is, I mean, you guys are all right. In different regards. I mean, they are trying to keep her as AJ of the Ode. And I'm hoping and hopeful with her having this title and her entering this open challenge that she will be fighting her, that she will be being more comfortable being on screen again. Because you tell that she still has that energy. And this is a lot. I mean, imagine you've been gone for some years. You come back. The first thing you do, you're doing a match with your husband. You came back. And so you had your husband to back you up if you had to. So the fact that now this is all on you, I think she does have that nervous button. And I think once she is doing this repetitively and she's back full time, hopefully fully time, that, we'll see the difference in her pros, and then even in her too, where no one else will have to carry her, and we'll see her at her true.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you on that one. I definitely feel you on that one. Yeah, I agree with all of y'all. I want to give AJ some time. What's up, BJ? Good to see you up on here with us,
BJ,
man.
what's up? What's up? Polo,
Yeah,
what's up?
What's going on,
My man
Polo?
Polo draped in gold in here.
Oh yeah, man. I agree with y'all. I think.
Does it count if I lived in Georgia?
Yeah,
Because I lived there for like
still good people. Still
half
good
my
people.
life. I'm just saying.
It's still good people. You the salt
I
of
live
the
there.
Yeah, but I agree with y'all. I want to give AJ some more time. I think and I agree with you as well, Kiara. Like, I feel like they're not setting her up well. And I agree. Yes, definitely put her up against Natty. There's stories you can tell. I'm waiting for Roxanne Perez to come back. I think she would be a great fit to face AJ Lee. I think that's one of those that they want to sit there and do the student versus the teacher kind of thing, even though, Roxanne wasn't a student, but that was her, favorite growing up. So I feel like that's something they can kind of play into. So I think we'll see. We'll definitely see what's going on with that. Let's go ahead and talk about this real quick. Liv Morgan, okay, cut a promo. I thought this was a little interesting. She said, she said what she said about Stephanie Vacquet. And then she said, well, I am privileged. I said, all right, hold on now. Don't be saying that. Because remember what kind of skin you is now, girl. You can't be saying it like that now. So, but she said she was privileged. It's not her fault that she got called and brought him into WWE at 20 years old. I said, okay, I get that. And then they kind of tied that in with her in the Judgment Day, and I thought that was a little interesting. But then we flash forward, man, to El Grande Americano. Okay, the original Grande Americano. Okay, yeah, they call him the OG, beating Rayo Americano, and we already know who that is up under that mask, man. They be pissing me off. I ain't gonna. Oh man, but we got to talk about this real quick. Flash forward to Rusev. Okay, first of all, he interrupted the show, calling out the ruler, Oba Femi, and these men had a brawl. Now, again, I still wonder where Obafemi is getting this water stored from. I'm like, bro, where is this water coming from? Anyway, but I mean, beating the hell out of Rusev, and now they do have a match coming up this Monday on Raw. So we're gonna see what happens with that. Then we flash forward. Okay. Now this was another pretty good match right here. We had Big Jim, okay, beating Austin Theory. Now that was just by disqualification. Okay, but then main event Jey Uso came out and they evened up the odds, starting to beat the hell out of Logan Paul and Austin Theory. And it wouldn't surprise me if they do have a tag team match for those titles. So we'll see what happens with that as well. Flash forward. Dirty Dom and the Judgment Day. All right, they was talking for a little bit. Dan Hauser, man. God, man. He talked to Dirty Dom, tried to give, a list like, hey, you can help me get to the Hall of Fame, this, that, and the third. Dirty Dom ain't take him serious. So Dan Hauser, first.
Denhausen.
Yeah,
Denhausen. Denhausen. I'm sorry, I'm saying it wrong. Hausen.
Yeah, I've been saying it wrong. I've been saying it wrong for the last like 3-4 years. It's
You gotta get your dialect up. Hausen.
Hausen. Yeah. Hausen. There we go. Curses Dirty Dom. And then the interesting thing, Dirty Dom has a match with Penta for that IC title. And Penta finally, after a year being with WWE, becomes the new Intercontinental Champion. I'm happy for my man Penta, man. I really am. Congrats, Penta. You deserve it. Then we flash forward. Man, come on. I ain't gonna lie. This was actually a really good promo. The OTC, Roman Reigns, came out. CM Punk wants to come and try to interrupt Roman Reigns. And at the time, Roman is already telling CM Punk as to why they brought him back to WWE. Tell CM Punk, look, we brought you here for some shirts, sell some tickets, but we wasn't trying to have you be the champion because we know how you are. You're a liar. And then when you're done, when I go ahead and retire you, like we're going to have you on the John Cena Farewell Tour. You're going to go down to NXT and you're going to teach all the new up-and-comers on there. I said, man, you better chill out, Roman. Then he drops the mic. Then CM Punk says, you think I'm done? You think this is over with? Nah. We ain't doing it like that. He said, "What? Who's we?" He said, you don't got no wise man. I took that from you. Your family's not there with you. I'm out here hanging out with your cousins. Who do you even have left? I said, all right, Punk, you kind of got a point with this. But then tells Roman, he said, you're going to bury me? No, I'm going to be one that's going to bury you. And then you're not going to be alone anymore because I'm going to bury you right next to your father. Roman, man, just look puzzled. And this is the finish right here. Now, I ain't gonna lie. I got a few things I got to talk about real quick. Few things, man. I ain't gonna lie. I like how they utilize Danhausen. Okay, I mean, I ain't gonna lie. This is kind of a good way for him. You ain't even got to be wrestling at this point. If you just in the back just cursing people, do that. I'm all for it. I am all for it. He was doing that in AEW, and I like what he's doing now. So I think the utilization for him backstage wise is perfect for his character. Oba, look, this man ain't even been on Raw. I ain't gonna say he hasn't even been on a confirmed show permanently. This man's been on both shows, but the fact that we're finally, you don't need to. I think he needs to be on every show. Honestly,
go to wherever destruction is necessary.
That part.
Yeah.
That part.
Yes.
That part.
Yes.
Yeah, boy.
He is the bringer of war. He is the bringer of war.
Every time.
Oh, boy. I love it, man. Hey. And again, I keep saying, like, where the hell is this water stored at? I mean, this man can sit there, talk, do all that, and then midway I'm like, bro, where is this coming from? I don't know. I think he got like a little vial of water somewhere just stored. I don't know.
Not a vial.
He got something. He's got something. But Penta, Penta definitely getting that IC title. Glad to see that he's finally getting some gold around his waist. And I'm hoping now with him being the champion that they can really kind of play into it. Let's not keep throwing Dirty Dom and Penta into this, like, because we got plenty of other people we can throw into this mid card and make his title reign actually mean something. So I'm hoping they do something with that. My last thing, this CM Punk and Roman Reigns promo I thought was actually good. Now, Roman, I ain't gonna cap, man. You got to talk about AJ Lee. You got to talk about CM Punk and his dog. You got to take this to the next level. You got, because I mean, at this point, bro, when they talking about your dad, man, that's disrespectful. That's disrespectful. And apparently, some people in the family wasn't too happy about that. What CM Punk said. So, hey, Roman, I know you got to get under his skin. I mean, again, we're about what 6 weeks away from Mania, so we gotta. I ain't gonna lie, man. I don't know. After you talk about AJ,
still Larry's ashes or something. Do something.
yeah, something.
You know,
Say the dog's been ugly,
I
and that's
said
why he
something.
deserved to die. I don't know. You gotta just take it. You gotta
have
get
his ashes, and you do something to the ashes. Something you got to do something. Because I'm so sick of. I'm sorry, I'm jumping all over, but
no, you good.
Solo and the MFTs, give them that lantern back. I'm censoring myself because I wanted to say something.
Yeah.
Give them that lantern back. I'm tired. I'm tired of y'all fighting over this lantern. Give it back to them. Y'all always taking people's stuff, and that's what's the problem. But yeah, he needs to do something with his ashes, Larry's ashes, or do something with AJ, something to put you over the top, to make me want to continue to watch.
Yeah, if you can, matter of fact, I'll tell you this: if you can sit there and get that little the little stroller they used to take Larry, man, take that and toss it or burn it, do something.
Yes.
You gotta do something. It's gotta feel personal. But
and on the bridge and toss it over with the like they did the Intercontinental title.
Right.
You gotta do something.
So
man.
We definitely talked about this on our Midnight Confession. Shameless plug. Make sure y'all tap in and catch our Midnight Confessions, because that was a fire episode for us. We had a good time. And y'all will have a good time because our audience was on one and we had a good one. But
very nice.
I disagree. I disagree that promo was good. I wrote a whole blog on why I thought that first one was exceptional. It set it up nicely. This one, it was okay until we got to the end, and it felt more like a cheap shot rather than a powerful ending, right? And I'm like, CM Punk, you're supposed to be the king on the microphone, and that's all you got? And then it felt like it was too new to talk about his father. Like, I know that's happened, it's been a couple years or whatever, but it felt like it was too new, too fresh to do that. Like with Cody and them, they didn't start that for a few years till after Dusty was gone. And we had our audience come in and they said, like, he did the same thing with Cody. And I was like, let me tell you why it's different. There was time, and he wasn't the first one. But more importantly than all that, who's the villain in this story? Because right now, I would say CM Punk is the villain, because you went to the ground first.
Literally.
So if we're telling a cohesive story with clear baby faces and heels, who is it? Who do you have? And this therein lies in the problem with WWE storytelling. Because I'm like, there's nothing Roman can do to recover from that moment, first of all. Like, I ain't gonna hold you. Like, no. that was one of the things that you were like, why he say that? Like, I really felt some kind of way at the end. And I don't like CM Punk anyway, so don't give me more reasons. Period.
Come on.
But this didn't, I was like, if Roman goes even further and he does into Larry or AJ, what does that make Roman? Because one thing Roman don't do, he don't turn on you. He don't lie. Now he gonna gaslight you all day, but he didn't lie. So how does that even set him up for success in the future? So I was like, it felt like CM Punk Phil, if you will, felt some kind of way and couldn't come back with the appropriate response and hit with the lowest of the low, like a bully on a schoolyard. And I was like, sir, that was not great. Hey, try, welcome. Like, it just,
Hey, thanks for popping in.
it was disappointing. That's all I'm gonna say. It was disappointing to me, and I don't feel like you gonna make me buy them overpriced, ridiculous tickets based on this.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel you on that one, man. I feel you on that. Yeah, I love what Corey said. Roman just got to beat the hell out of Punk all the way to Vegas,
You
crash
do,
out, gold glove. Roman got
Yes.
to. I feel that.
and he better win. Okay, better
Yeah.
win.
That all
Yeah.
that, all of that,
Yeah, yeah.
all of
I,
that.
I look, y'all know, man. I'm sick of Punk. I'm done with Punk. I have been done with Punk. So yeah, Roman, just do the damn job. Just get it done, bro. I don't ask much out of you, bro, for real. But this is the one I'm begging you to get the job done. Please,
Yeah, but he
please.
just need to go dirty. I just want him to do dirty stuff. See, this is how I am. I just want him to.
I think
do
Tanisha
something.
might be saying something, but I think Tanisha, if you can hear me, your
No,
mic
no,
muted.
I'm talking
No,
about my
she-
kids.
I said
Oh,
she
okay.
talking to her kids.
Oh, okay.
You gotta be able to identify that side eye. That's the children.
But
Ah,
I just need him to do something, just something. Because for me, when he said that, I said, "Oh, he said it about his daddy, Lord Jesus. That's not nice."
Exactly.
And now, let's go for the juggler. Don't be the high person. Let's go low.
When they
Let's
go low, we go lower.
lower. Go low,
What's that? I
low,
forgot
low.
about
Not this
Congressman or
time,
whatever said
right?
that.
To the depths.
But I'm
That's
gonna
what I-
argue if he goes
No,
lower, does
he
that
shouldn't
make
go
him?
low.
I was gonna
He
say
shouldn't go
if he
low.
goes lower,
No,
how
Roman's
does
not.
that like help? Roman is beyond. Like remember
Right.
God mode, right? He
Yeah.
beyond the
Yeah.
things. So this was again. That's why this particular insult itself was kind of dumb. Because I was like, I could have rocked with this being a decent promo, maybe not necessarily as good as the the
Mhm.
first one, until he got to the end, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
It was like hearing a record scratch at the end. Like, what?
No,
Yeah.
but I think
Well-
you're spot on, and I felt the exact same way about the promo. I thought the promo was on fire until the very end, and honestly, I thought Roman Reigns killed it. And if to me, it put CM Punk in a place where he had no real good comeback. You know, once you tell a man, once you're done using him, you're gonna go down there and have him train the next talent to send up to you so that you can smash them as well. Like he had nowhere to go from there. He just told him, "We're gonna milk you for every dollar we can get out of you in the rest of your lifespan as a wrestler." And at that point, once you're done, you know, we'll give you a farewell like John Cena. I mean, I thought I was so impressed by Roman being able to go toe to toe with CM Punk like that on the mic that when CM Punk grabbed him, I said, now what could he possibly say to top this? You know, and then that was the best he had. And my wife and I, we were watching it at the time, and we both talked about how like that comeback was not strong enough, and he knew it, and that's why he had to do the whole bury you next
Run
to your
away?
dad thing. Because what else could you say? Yeah, you were literally outclassed on the mic in that promo. You know, the best in the world. You know, and Roman even said it in his promo, which made it dope as well. He said, "Phil, I would be indifferent to you if you didn't have that type. Like you would not matter." And that is just a dope line, from Roman. Just the fact that this man walks out here every week and says he's the best in the world until the tribal chief stands in front of him and said, "You just don't matter." Like you honestly, to me, I just would be indifferent. I wouldn't care what you would be doing outside of the fact that you have this title, and so I have to see you because you have it and it belongs to me. So I thought it was dope. Roman, Roman killed it. That dude has grown so much, especially just from me being able to see him in the ring with John Cena, get choked up on the mic to being able to go toe to toe with CM Punk, who I respect as an artist on the mic, along with some of the other greats, MJF, and some others. But yeah, it was a dope moment.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna jump in just because you took all the words out of my mouth, because I literally was thinking that until these children came and interrupted me. But literally,
we mamas for real, y'all. We mamas for
I love it.
But literally, that's the only thing I could think of. And like I said, me and Kai, we talked about this, or me and Kiara talked about this, and it literally was like, nah, he should have got punched in his mouth. I said, because from where I'm at and where I'm from and people I'm with, you say something slick, No, you get the reaction. I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna pop you right in your mouth because that was you had no comeback, and the fact that I got underneath your skin so much because you know that is the truth.
Yep.
Because you try to do UFC or MMA, you got beat. You didn't you didn't even last. You were going with the wind flat. Fabulous. You every time you were at AEW, you started crashing out. Hence why you weren't there anymore because you kept crashing out and you just kept crashing out and you just kept crashing out. And on top of that, it was already spoken that Roman and Seth were the reasons why you came back. Like they consulted them first. So yeah. And I was telling Kiara, I was like, that will also make sense why Seth is being petty. Because technically, no, you weren't supposed to get the championship. They decided to put that in there. And now it's like, y'all are making him bigger than what he's supposed to be because he was only supposed to come here and do a certain job. And I think that's what he had to remind him of. You were supposed to be here doing a certain job. And I get it. I'm part-time. But right now, I'm part-time not because I want to be part-time. I'm part-time because these people will make me part-time. So let me remind you, I'm coming for that title. Yeah, this may be your show right now, but I'm the tribal chief. So all these shows are my show.
Amen to the ones.
And I just let you be here and have a platform for a moment, but that platform is about to be taken away from you because your dinner is done. That's it.
Ding, ding, ding. She said, mic drop right there. Mic drop.
I feel that one.
But let me just say this last bit. Overall, though, I was very impressed with Raw this week. You know, I've been, been sour on Raw for a minute because I just have not felt like it's been delivering outside of like the end promo from a few weeks ago with the first one between CM and Roman. Raw has just been struggling as far as match card wise, energy wise, all of that. And I thought this week, it wasn't even like they had any crazy pairings of wrestlers together. We had Gunther versus Dragon Lee. That match was a banger. El Grande Americano. They just put on good matches and the energy was there all throughout the night. The opening of the show, well done. Love the little what's the word? What I'm looking for? The little things of the little teases of like, hey, I'm going to the ambulance and it's LA Knight in the truck, and I like stuff like that, like
that took us back to 90s and like early 2000s.
That old school feel, that old school nostalgia of like they used to do something like this in the day. The person on the back of the ambulance, who's driving, and you find out it's the enemy. It's like, this is dope. I loved all of that, and I thought they really did a great job this week on Raw, and it was the most entertaining Raw that I have seen in a while. So I do want to give them their praises for that because, like I said, Raw's been struggling on the struggle bus for me.
And I thought it was just me because usually like Monday nights, I'm going to tell y'all, I have to get up and watch the rest of it because it puts me to sleep. Raw puts me to sleep.
Yeah.
Friday night SmackDown, yesterday, I don't know what that was yesterday.
I was sleepy.
We gonna get into that in a little bit, but
don't have me already stressed, Shonda. I'm telling
Friday night is I'm off.
Yeah,
I'm trying to hold my emotions now because I'm gonna tell y'all now.
But last night, I went to sleep mad, and I had forgot what I was mad about because perimenopause, you forget. So I had forgot that I was mad. Then I was on TikTok scrolling this morning, and I was like, "That's why I'm mad."
I was mad.
Mad again.
No, they dropped the ball last night on SmackDown. I ain't gonna lie to you. That was a rough one last night.
It was. It feels like they do this. They switch though. You notice sometimes because for the longest time when Roman was champion, we was like must-see TV. We in there with popcorn. We ready. Got the watch. We like, let's do it. And then now it's like you can tell how I feel about it because I will pause it and come back the next morning. Like I'll be like, well, that was enjoyable. Go to bed.
Man,
I gotta get up. And that's what I did last night.
You could pop your popcorn, eat the whole bowl of popcorn before Roman made it from the entrance down to the ring.
You'd be like,
my man he sauntered down. I mean, he took ages to get there. And they
need him on SmackDown. I'm gonna argue.
When the Knights would be together, we'd be holding up the ones from the time he comes out. And we can't. Our rule is we can't put it down until he steps into the ring.
In the ring.
Man,
Talk about the shoulder
hurt,
muscles be on
like Roman, get in the ring.
You gotta go train those. You know what I'm saying? You gotta train them, be prepared.
And he's sitting there going, just brushing off my hands
Just-
first. Give me the title. Like, Roman, get in the ring.
I
ain't
think they
gonna lie,
need
that
him
stance
on
behind y'all, we
SmackDown
be doing that. I'll be like, all right, Roman, I feel that.
because, like, I would argue that since we don't really have drafts right now, we just go where we want to go.
Yeah.
I would argue this is another failure, I think, of creative is that bring him to SmackDown. He should be having conversations with the MFTs like, hey, Nia's defending him on X. Should she not be like, I support you? Like, you can tie the umbrella story together.
Yes.
But you're not doing that.
Yeah, I never understood
So
why
I was
they
like,
never
there's
included
no-
Nia into it. That
There's no hard line, though. Like, if y'all think about it, there's no hard line between Raw or SmackDown. So, like, bring him over to SmackDown because that'll make us all watch. Okay, I'll be here with the popcorn and I will refill it before he get down to the. I will be ready. You know what I'm saying? I will be ready and willing and able. And when he finishes, like when Roman ends a show, it's a cinematic moment, right? Like you like, oh, is the show going off? Like we be seeing the credits, like, oh, what you mean?
Yeah.
But yesterday I was like, Jesus, when this is over.
I'm telling you.
And they was doing good. Friday Night SmackDown, again, it's my go-to. I'm like, okay, I'm off from work. I done had a stressful week. Let me unwind. This is going to make me laugh. I'm going to have moments.
Last night. Last night
was rough. But I do want to say this one thing before I'm really happy for Penta. I'm really happy for his brother.
Yes.
Falling in love with them from the AEW perspective and then seeing them transfer over in such a meaningful and powerful way is excited. I've been part of Seattle Miedo forever. And yes, I say it like that because that's for real. We take it way back to Mexico. So I feel like they are showcasing him really well. And Danhausen, surprisingly, is a great figure for this because I know I talk junk. Like if y'all saw us, I talk junk. I was like, what you doing here? What they gonna do with him? But this is actually really nice. Yeah. And I think it's actually going to work a little bit better than what happened to AEW because our characters are different, right? Like we're a little bit more ingrained with these characters. We're a little bit more like touched and in their day-to-day lives because we got to follow them on social media because we don't hear all the promos in the ring. Anyway, the point is, I feel like this is going to work a little bit better. And I just can't wait. I was like, ooh, so he cursed Dom, which means I got to watch AAA because he gonna lose that, right? Yep. And then like, okay, so if Miz don't want to work with him, Miz is cursed, even though he still been cursed. I don't know what to tell you about that. What's the difference?
Maybe he start winning.
I'm saying,
maybe he does it out and Miz starts winning. Yeah.
I'm ready. I was like, can you put him near Trick?
Oh yeah, and his lemon pepper stuff.
He's gonna lose his mind. He gonna lose his mind. Maybe the lights start flickering
no more. There's gonna be something else.
Yeah. They would be something else, right?
I think Trick would be like, yeah, look, I don't believe in none of that stuff.
I don't believe in none of that. I'm anointed.
Yeah.
With these lemon peppers. Let me.
Yeah. He gonna be he might be in the church trying to exercise it. Like this might be a moment we can send y'all back to the Holy Spirit. Okay, like thank you, back to church. But
now, was I the only one? Well, I know because I don't watch all the others. Y'all done gave me. I got a list of
homework.
Homework. Now I blame it on the alcohol of the adult things that I was doing for my birthday. But when he came out, because I'm like, oh, this is my birthday present. This is my birthday present.
Happy birthday, by the way.
Oh, thank you. This is my birthday
Another
present.
Mark baby in the house.
Woo-hoo, me too. Hey.
Oh, you February? Okay, February
28th.
Okay.
Hold
on,
you
February 28th.
Okay, you right there.
Yeah, all of us is right there. But I was sitting there, I was like, yeah, I'm ready for them to open this box. And they opened it. I looked at my husband. I said, who the hell is this? Who is this? And he was like, oh, that's so-and-so and so. And I'm like, this is what we spent all this time. Anybody, y'all could have what I was hoping was Bianca was not hurt anymore, and she was coming out the box. Somebody.
That ain't gonna be her.
Somebody, anybody.
We still
Anybody
praying for
but
Beyonce,
that.
girl. We miss you.
Yeah,
We
Miss
want you
you.
back.
And I need Naomi to go ahead and drop this baby, honey. I'm tired. I'm tired for you. Drop this baby, because I need you to be
Top
back.
Little Jim, let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
For
Let's
real.
go. But I was sitting
She's
there
gonna be out for a
confused,
minute.
and I did like this. I did one of these numbers. I'm like, what did they put in this drink? Maybe this isn't right. And my
My
husband was
That
like,
sounds like Tanisha. That sounded like Tanisha. She was like, "What is?" And I'm like, "It's hard to
My whole
explain
face
right
changed.
now why
My
this
whole
is
face
good."
changed.
and
My
I
whole
was
face
like,
changed.
this
I was
is
just
not
like-
good for me. But now that you have explained it, sis, I understand. I get it. I like when he said, well, I curse you. I curse you. I was like, okay, I can get with this. But I thought it was something else different that was going to be in that box. I was like, can I return this gift?
Special.
Because I don't want this.
Amen.
This-
I said the same thing. I said, y'all should have, the way he should have been introduced was that way. Like, he should have just popped up out of nowhere. You didn't
Yeah.
need to put him in no crate. And I said, respectfully, if something like that lived in the crate that long, you know what you would be opening up to. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
We would have the CSI and people in there like, oop. So I was like, of all the things that you could have put in that crate, this was a stupid introduction to Danhausen, particularly because the way he's being like reintroduced to the audience this way is so much better, right?
Yeah.
Like, you're like, oh, he out here, okay, because I guarantee
Yeah.
we're gonna have a moment when Dom is like, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gives them
Cursing.
purpose.
Yeah.
It gives them a lot of purpose.
Yeah.
Definitely does. But we talked about some of the great things that happened with Monday Night Raw. Now it's time to talk about my man Sean. Get it up with NXT, baby.
That was nice. I like that.
Yeah, it's my man Drew, boy. That's my favorite one right
Shout out
there.
Drew.
Shout out to
Shout out
Drew,
Drew.
man. Man, Sean. I ain't gonna lie, bro. You different. This was a great show, NXT. I'd be capping if I say this was trash. We always say this about Sean, man. Chef, you cook up, it's either good or it's great. And this was a great show. I ain't never seen a bad show, NXT, for real. But let's go ahead and talk about this because they.
You gotta remember the 2.0 situation, right?
Oh,
like that
yeah,
was
yeah,
rough.
yeah.
Yeah, 2.0.
Yeah, that
You don't
was
count.
rough. We
That's
don't
like
count that.
we don't talk about 2.0.
We don't
Okay,
talk
so
about
we had
yeah.
the men in black, like little thingies, so it,
Yeah.
click.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2.0, I don't know.
Yeah.
But black and gold, and right
Black
now,
and gold, and right now,
amazing. Amazing. Well, let's talk about it, man. They kicked this show off. Hey, Miles Bourne. Okay, you see, he's the new North American champion. Okay, I loved everything about this. Ethan Page came out saying that he wants to have a match tonight for that North American title. I said, man, you crazy. He actually wanted to do it right now. Robert Stone, okay, comes out and said, if this is what you want to do, let's just do it right now. And honestly, I love this. Okay, these men had an actual unsanctioned kind of match. I mean, this was really good. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, the fact that these Ethan Page was damn near wrestling in his drawers, I was like, Jesus Christ. But I mean, honestly, this is something that he's used to at this point. But I love this. Okay, Miles Bourne beating Ethan Page. Oh man, this was good, man. Overall. Then we flash forward. Man, come on.
What
Come
a
on.
promo! What
Now,
a promo!
man, I love this. Okay, we see the glamour. Okay, Blake Monroe talking and going up against Jada Parker. I loved everything about this. Jada saying she was insecure, saying you did this one great thing. And when I thought to myself, you talking about this one great thing. What you talking
Was she talking about AEW? that's what I was asking.
That's what
Yes.
I kind of got
That's
off
what she's
of it,
talking about.
because I said,
That was
there's
a
no way you're
phenomenal
not
thing.
talking. Yeah, hey, come on, that Hollywood ending. I mean, that was greatness we talking about now. And I said, you know what? Okay, I like what you did with this, Jada. But then they got to the point, hey, look, they started throwing hands, and man, Jada Parker don't play. Okay, knocking Blake Monroe out the ring. And we're gonna go a little bit further into this later on because this actually continued later on in the show. Then we flash forward. All right now, Ren
Man, that looks painful.
Sinclair. Yeah, it really did.
That move right there,
Yeah, I said
magic.
Crazy.
yikes.
Ren Sinclair beating Nikita Lyons to further push herself into this speed tournament. Now, I thought this was good. Hell of a match. Ren Sinclair is another one I've always been looking at besides her and Thea Hale. I think, again, for Ren Sinclair, this is a great start to kind of get her going in a title picture. I mean, what better way to get you started than the Speed Championship? But at this point, her beating Nikita Lyons, and it now propels her to go up against Thea Hale. And whoever wins that, they go up against Fallon Haley. So we'll see what happens with that. Then we flash forward. This was a really good match right here, okay? We had Hank and Tank and Shiloh Hill beating the Vanity Project. And y'all know how I feel about the Vanity Project, man. I say this all the damn time when it comes to the Vanity Project. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
Hey.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I love it, man. I love it with those guys, man.
Yeah, Vanity
But
Project is
Shiloh,
dope.
they're crazy, man. But I loved everything about this, man. We had the Vanity Project losing to Shiloh Hill and Hank and Tank. But then after that, Blake Monroe comes back out. Okay. She declares that she wants to have a street fight with Jada Parker at Vengeance Day. And by the way, that they ain't stopped Jada Parker because she came out running all the way down the ramp to the point they was throwing hands again. And she said, "That's what you want. That's what you got." I said, man, this is crazy. But I can't wait for this tonight. I think this is going to be great. And you know how it is with Jada Parker and those street fights, man. I ain't seen the girl lose one yet. So we'll see
No
what happens. But
bread,
again,
no
no
water,
more.
just
me.
Okay. But we got to remember, man, Blake Monroe, another one. She can get down and dirty. She can get hardcore. So we'll see what happens with that. Then we flash forward. Man, Deion Lennox and Tony D'Angelo, man, they was talking, man. I actually enjoyed this. Deion was talking about he's gonna be the next NXT champion. I said, okay. I ain't gonna lie, man. He been kind of killing it with these promos lately. He got me. He's got me. But Tony D'Angelo, I mean, at this point, he's saying he's on his quest for vengeance, and he said he don't have to do nothing else. But when he has his chance, when he has his time, he is going to fully get his vengeance. I said, all right, Tony, do what you got to do. But at this point, I need to see at least Adriana. I need to see somebody from the family back. Somebody, but everybody's gone at this point, so it's all good. I can't keep holding on to the past. I gotta just let it go.
Nope, you're gonna have to let that go. Mm-hmm.
Can't.
What else to say? Let it go.
Hurts
Let it go.
hurts my soul.
Elsa had a point there.
Then we flash forward. Oh man, this was crazy. JC Jane going up against Zarya. Now, I thought this was a hell of a match. I said, Zarya, if you're going to do it since you've been doing it for yourself, I've been talking to you for the last 2 years. It's about damn time. Now, what was crazy? Sol Ruka comes out, beats the hell out of Fatal Influence, and then hits a double soul snatcher on Zarya and JC Jane. I mean, and then to the point to where she pretty much declared herself she's about to be up next for this title. And I'm already seeing this, man. I can see probably a triple threat match at Stand and Deliver. I don't think it's going to be a Vengeance Day, but I think Stand and Deliver is going to be the place. And hopefully, I ain't gonna lie, man. I don't want to see Soul with it. I know this might sound crazy. I need to see my girl Zarya with it. I know how y'all feel. I know, and I'm gonna talk about that in a
Zarya,
second.
your soul is mine.
Is mine.
That's right. Like we was in Mortal Kombat. Okay, do it.
In Mortal Kombat, I said, "Let's go, Soul."
And don't get me wrong, I love Soul.
Finish her. You know
but I need Zarya to get some kind of gold, man. I feel like Soul done had if she had so much gold, but I wouldn't be mad about if Soul got it. I just feel like I need to see Zarya with something. She ain't had nothing, and then I'm gonna talk about that. Let me finish this up real quick. Then we flash forward to the last part of the show. Ricky Saints. Now I ain't gonna lie, this gave me Hollywood Rock vibes right here. Pretty Ricky is what they call.
Okay, you know they pulled this off YouTube, right?
Yeah, I seen that. And a good thing I got it before they took it off. I thought
I
this
was like, is it in my recording?
but I thought this was good, man. I liked it. It gave me the nostalgia feel. I said, man, Ricky, this is why they keep calling you the young rock in certain ways of how you're looking. But I like this, man. Trying to make a song about Joe Hendry, but then every time he kept having problems with the guitar, Joe Hendry. Come to find out when he tried to hand the guitar, it was him. Unveils himself. And I love this about it. Then Vanity Project came trying to help Joe Hendry. I mean, trying to help Ricky Saints. But then Miles Bourne comes around. I mean, this man, I see why they call Miles Young Randy. I mean, my man Miles just fired the hell up and just started cleaning house. They beat the hell out of Vanity Project to the point they even knocked Ricky Saints out of his shoes. That man had no shoes on when they tossed him out. And honestly, in the end, it was Miles Bourne and Joe Hendry holding up their titles. And this is the finish right here.
Wrestling is great. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to
It
that
is.
side.
It is. Now, I know I said what I said about the whole thing with Soul. Now, look, I ain't gonna lie, man. I love Soul. Right, I love Soul, but for our viewers that know, I have had this relationship about Zaria for about a year and a half now. I've been sick to my damn stomach. I've been sick of Zaria, always just trying to help Soul. I'm gonna help you. Even at Halloween Havoc, when they had my girl just holding the title up like she was doing with, and it just I said, come on, why they got my girl Zaria looking like this? I mean. So I love Soul though. I love Soul. I just think at this point now, Soul has done so much on NXT, having the speed champion, having the women's North American champion, and even having her moments on the main roster, her popping up on Saturday Night's Main Event for John Cena's last match. I said, well, at this point, I'm pretty sure Soul's probably gonna get that call up after after Mania. So it wouldn't surprise me if she'd be up there. But that's why I feel like for Zaria, I feel like she still has more to do. And not to say like she ain't doing no work, and she's been doing a lot, but I think she got to get at least one title reign up under her belt, man. Like and then we've said this before, even with Jordan Grace, like even for Jordan Grace, for her to do what she's been doing in NXT and not really even sniff a title reign, but then they called up to the main roster, I feel like that doesn't give you anything for anybody to build up on. I mean, oh well, she came from NXT. Well, what did she win? Yeah, come on. We can't keep doing that to some of these people. So I just feel like
technically she came from TNA. And remember, she was in the Royal Rumble with that title twice.
Yeah, but it's like sometimes how they do some of the people from TNA, right? Like it's like
Yep.
like they'll you can have some greatness on TNA, but it's almost like sometimes they'll damn near discredit that once you get to WWE. Not to say that they don't matter, but they won't, they don't give it enough credit. Like they don't do any work. So that's why I'm like, I feel like for at least for Jordan Grace at that time, I felt like she should have had at least one of those mid-card titles or something. But in this case for Zaria, yeah, she got to get something. I think she does. But so, I mean, even if she don't win it, I think she's still perfectly fine. I think she's going to be great. She's been a damn near superstar. The people love her. The people on the main roster love her. So I think she's going to be good. But I feel like for Zaria, we gotta give her something. Got to give her something. Heartbreak Prince, what's your thoughts, man? What you think?
I'm in 100% agreement with you. I do believe that we have to give Zaria something. She deserves it. And I think she's going to get exactly what she deserves and exactly what needs to be given to her. And that is a soul snatcher for another L so that Soul Ruka can have that women's NXT championship title and go ahead and complete the whole gamut of titles for the women's division in NXT. And so I'm here for it. I'm down for it. And I love the fact that Soul told Zaria, your soul is mine after the soul snatcher. Oh, it was just magnifique. But the big thing of the night for me was my girl, Ada Parker and Blake Monroe. I love this feud between these two ladies right here because it's like the privileged versus the unprivileged. And I love that type of play that they're doing, where everything seems to be handed to Blake Monroe. Jada Parker has yet to sniff any like success as far as being able to have a championship in NXT. And I think like having feuds like this is great because it can carry over and bleed over into the main roster when they finally get to that spot. And so I'm excited for what these two ladies have going on here. They're back and forth. And yeah, I'm excited for tonight. To see what happens. Like it's NXT has just been phenomenal. I absolutely love it. Ricky Saints is on one right now. That pretty Ricky, man.
That's
I
what they
am
call
loving
him.
this dude. And this heel run he's had. And I love the pep talk he was giving Ethan Page in the locker room. And Ethan looked like he just kept trying not to laugh the entire time. He had that stupid smirk on his face. But yeah, NXT overall, like everything they did on Tuesday night was just great. Seeing Vanity Project, love them. Like, yeah, it was just dope. But my favorite was definitely Blake Monroe and Jada. I love what they got going on.
Yeah, definitely. Sean David, what you think? What's your thoughts on this? I know you ain't watched too much of it.
Her
I
face
know
was
a
like,
couple. I know a couple people like what is it, John Henry? I know Sol Ruka.
Joe.
Yeah.
She was in the Royal Rumble, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So I know some, but y'all got me interested. It's y'all fault
Yeah.
that I'm not gonna be able to get the stuff done. It's y'all fault. Y'all adding the stuff.
No.
So now it makes me want to listen to y'all talk about it. It makes me intrigued to be like, okay, well, what's their storyline? How can this and to see them like progress? Because I want to see people progress. Okay,
Yeah.
we're gonna. So it's interesting. It's interesting. Y'all gave me homework that I did not.
If you like storylines, I feel like NXT does a phenomenal job with their storylines and building their storylines and their feuds. Like and I don't know if it's because they just have a smaller focus of, since the roster is small. Like, I don't know what it is, but it seems like in NXT, they just get wrestling right. And like I said, if you like storylines, you got to check it out. And especially watching these wrestlers as they develop and come into their own, it's just been amazing. Like, from being able to watch Trick Williams rise from where he was, Javon Evans, watching him from the very beginning to what he is now, that growth. And Trick Williams, Oba,
Man.
I absolutely love NXT. Like, it's my favorite of the three brands to watch. If you said, hey, you only get to pick one of the three, give me NXT.
Exactly.
How y'all gonna have me watching that?
But it's hard now though, because Trick and Oba
I said,
and
I
Javon,
can't give up
kind of
Roman.
hard now, but
I'm gonna give up Roman if I got to pick one.
So no, y'all have given me another perspective because like I said, all I watch is WWE, so that makes me want to go and okay, well, let me go and watch and see what the other things
Exactly
are happening.
Novice,
and if their storyline is better than WWE, maybe you need to switch your people around or something, because that's
I've been
what
saying
this is me. And for me, I'm new, so you have to keep my attention span. If you keep doing stupid stuff, I don't want to watch you. I'm mad.
Yeah.
Still think
I've been saying this. I said, can we have a draft with the writers? Can we switch?
I don't want them to do that. I don't want them to
leave
switch
NXT alone.
nobody. Yeah. We gotta leave.
I was gonna say no, but I do, because I selfishly would like to see. So okay, I have a couple bones to pick here.
What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts, Carol? What you think?
I got a lot of bones here. I'm gonna tell you, I love me some NXT, but I love me Shawn Michaels. I go, wait. That was my whole childhood crush. Okay.
Yes.
And I met him in person right before WrestleMania. It was a moment. Anyway. So I will say this one thing. There is a caveat to the things that they do at NXT translating over to WWE main roster. That's a problem. It has consistently been a problem. It remains a problem, which is why I feel like they need to move some of these writers around. But beyond that, there's so much that you said here that I feel like is so truthful, right? Like, I've been a huge Ethan Page stan since I saw him in AEW, and he was one of the ones I was so excited. Like, thank God you moving up, because Lord, they don't know what to do with you. And he fits right into the canvas. But I also want to highlight that NXT does women's stories right.
Yes.
They spend the time, they spend the interest, they build up these people, you get to know these people. And in all of their women's stories, I'm in. Like, there's not one central story. You have Ren over here, who's building up this whole thing with Kendall, who is impressive as all get out, first of all. And so you see these two together, and they're building up this kind of side story. And then you see Jada and Blake over here building up this other side story. Then you got the drama that's going within Fatal Influence, because Fallon's like, I'm the best. Wait, my bad. Here you are, JC. Like, then you got that in the mix too, because Fallon is just as good as JC, even though we haven't seen it lately. Mm-hmm. But there's so many different stories happening. And Soul, my soul sister, girl, that's a star if I ever seen a star. If I had to draw a star, that would be the star that I would draw, because she is so different. She has this like surfer energy, but she's so talented at the same time. So I feel like that's how you do women's stories right, which is why I really love NXT. And I'm really excited to see their PLE tonight, because I'm so excited to see this continue and grow and change. Now, my only caveat with Zarya is that I'm going to tell you, I love Zarya. She is stunning. I don't know if you ain't ever seen her without her makeup, but my God, woman. Woo!
Yes.
Wow. I was like, I didn't know what to say. I was like, this is her? What? But she needs more time to bake, because when they brought her in, they didn't properly introduce her. They put her with Soul to give her something to do and to make her be on TV. And then, like, we need time to develop her character before she translates and goes anywhere. I don't think she's ready for a title run. And if she was ready for a title run, it would be either a Speed Championship or the North American Championship. But all this to say, I don't want to forget about Kalani and Lola either. Look at how many stories are being told in a way that makes you excited. And what bothers me is they never quite translate over to the main roster. So it's like, do I keep these incredibly talented people here in NXT where you can really build out these stories, and then put them on the roster where they become Lyra Bailey, Natty, Maxine, Julia to a certain degree, and Kiana before the elimination chamber, where they just be in the back, B-Fab and Michin, just in the back, eating catering, as they like to say during our lives, just eating catering, because they ain't got nothing for you. So it's one of those things that's why I always want them to like try to figure out how to change their storytelling so that it incorporates, it actually follows the entire universe of WWE, because it's not fair that you build these people up and then you move them to the main roster and they get frustrated, rightfully so. Mm-hmm. And we get frustrated as an audience. And on Women's History Month, can we just acknowledge that we have these amazingly talented, beautiful, athletic people, and you bring them to the main roster and they just sit there in that box that says open in case of emergency. And when they do, they come through every time. They come through. Open in case of emergency. Here we are. Oh, you forgot how good we are. And then we got to go to NXT to see them do it right. So I got a lot of caveats here, but all that to say, I'm so excited tonight. I was like, Kalani and Lola, let's get it. I can't wait to see what we do in the underground. Mm-hmm. I can't wait. I love that Blake is. Check it out. You gonna love it. I tell you. That's how I kind of fell in love with NXT. And then I love that Blake is willing to get just as dirty. She went just at Jada. Like, she wasn't scared. She ain't run away. She turned around. She turned her little devil head on and went full force into Jada. And so I'm excited about that. So I love the way that they tell women's stories. I wish it translated all the way over. But I love it. I love me some NXT. But like I said, I can't give up Roman and them. Like, I wouldn't know what to do with my life if I had to choose. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that to me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What up, Trail? Thanks for joining us.
Roman closer. Not Roman, NXT closer. I was like, can y'all move y'all around the country? Can y'all come to the Carolinas?
They do. They have live shows.
Yeah,
not in the Carolinas.
But
over here.
I think that's that magic though that they have
do come
at
to
the Performance Center. I think that's the reason why I kind of like it, because you you kind of have that same crowd, and that same crowd is like watching every week, and they're learning, and they're kind of
Yes.
so tapped in, and it's like you can tell how everything that they do can still translate to when they go to the main roster. Like
Yes.
even like the whoop that trick chant started there, the woo chants from Oba started there, like
Mm.
all
But
of
see
those
how that was
chants.
men. So that's the thing I want to highlight. What you just said, that was what
Mm,
happened with the men who translated over. They did not bring that same Kiana James energy. They did not bring,
No.
well, Jordan didn't really have enough time to build her energy, I'm going to argue.
No,
I
yeah,
think she
and they
should have
didn't
no.
know what
stayed there a
time
little
frame. They didn't know what they
longer.
were
But
doing
they
with her
but they
either.
do it for Miss Parker. Like Miss like for Jada
Miss
Parker, they
Parker could
got
come over any minute and we would be fine.
yeah. But she got her own chant too now. Like every time when her music come on, they got a chant for her.
Miss
And
Parker.
yeah,
Miss
like
Parker.
and even for Blake too, like Blake getting her up, like it's kind of like
I
when I
hate her
see
theme
it
song.
and how they do it, I think, and and I talked to Jay Movie, shout out to Jay Movie. It's kind of like when they create one of those things, you gotta make it organic and make it work, and that's just them just being them as fans. So that's why I give them the credit because they do the damn job, man. They try their hardest to get these people over.
And
So
look what it did for Stephanie, even though they
yeah,
had the
Yeah.
audacity to change music. Now, if that could stop, if y'all could stop changing people music so we don't know, we like,
That,
who coming out? Who is it again?
that part.
Because let me
yeah,
tell you, Estefania, her music, listen, it was epic. And
Yeah,
now we're
it
like,
was
oh,
epic.
who is it?
Did they say why they
Who
had to
is it?
change it? I never found out why they changed
No,
it.
they
They get
just
on my
change it when
nerves.
they want to on the main
They get on
roster,
my
which
nerves.
is stupid.
Yeah,
It's
It gets
I
on
think
my
stupid.
it messed up.
nerves because what slaps, that's why I watch this
Yeah,
person. Don't
yeah,
change it. Leave it alone because
yeah.
I can't
We hope
remember
they don't
who it.
change Oba, okay? Like
They've
Right.
that
done
could
that to
Leave
happen.
him
Over
they
or
alone.
better
Trick.
not. They
They've done
better
that
not.
Over
They
or
better
Trick.
not. They better
But
not.
not
I know
Novice
that
dropped.
Trick ain't gonna. They might remix tricks.
They can
Yeah.
remix
They
They
it.
gonna keep
But
the
don't.
beginning.
I
But
don't want them to even do that. I'm
Novice dropped
scared.
dropped
Me either.
a couple of good statements that he talked about, like NXT having the ability to take chances.
Yes.
And I think that is definitely one of the main reasons why NXT does so well with these, because it just seems like everybody in NXT is like successful for some weird reason. Whatever factory they got going on down there, like everybody just seems to be able to have their time to shine. You kind of get a chance to know them. That
Can I
they
ask you a
have
question
great
about
character
that?
development. Yeah,
So I have a question about this
yeah.
because the NXT infrastructure was built by Triple H.
I know. Go ahead and
So
say it.
what?
By Dusty
So
and
by
Triple H and them.
Dusty and
Yeah.
Triple H, right?
Yep.
So what is the issue? Because we all were excited when Triple H got in charge because we thought we were going to replicate what was happening at NXT. So what do you think
I got the answer to that one.
happened? What do you think happened?
We've been asking this and debating this, and I still don't think we quite have put our finger on it, because last week we were talking about bring Sean up, as the new
Don't do that.
creative. But no,
do that.
I mean the best theory I have for you is that at the main roster level, Triple H is having to capitulate to the board of TKO as far as being able to get the most revenue out of every single PLE, and that I think it keeps him. And I don't want to. I hope I'm not giving him too much of a crutch, but I feel like it may be keeping him from being able to take the risk that I feel like they can take down to NXT with certain wrestlers, because of the fact that they've got to sell out these venues and get max dollar for the price that they're charging for these tickets. Now, the only reason why I kind of sort of feel that way is because I'm like, for what he did in Black and Gold era with some of these wrestlers, to where he is now on the main roster, that difference, I'm like, there's no way he just lost his ability that bad. He fell out of touch with wrestling that bad that, because some of these wrestlers are wrestlers that he helped generate when he was in NXT, a lot of them. So it's like shocking to me that all of a sudden he has no touch, no feel for like how to take chances and risk and things of that nature. So that's my only theory. I could be 100% wrong, but when we look at Unreal and we look at how they do creative, the fact that they show that and they're so proud, it seems, of what they're doing, and we as fans are looking just like, no, you're missing
I
a
don't know
boat
what the
here. You're
hell y'all
missing a
looking
boat
at.
here on a Chelsea Green. You're missing a boat here on an LA Knight, or you're missing a boat here on so many other wrestlers that could have opportunities. Like I feel like Meechin by now should be more and be doing more. But I feel like he just keeps a safe group of like five good women, 5 good men that they just keep on circling around all the storylines, and we keep repeating WrestleManias with the same people at the top every time. Now we've got Oba, Trick, and Javon that just have been thrust into the thing. Trick is killing it right now, and my hope is that Triple H will seize this momentum, seize this energy. I mean, Trick is everywhere. He's on TV shows, he's on radio shows, he's coming out and he's giving you the humor, he's giving you the aura, the vibe, like everything that says he's a star. And I'm just wondering when they will feel like he's ready to run with it and give him some opportunities to be in the main event picture. I feel like if they do bad by Oba and Trick and Javon, then that's going to tell me everything I need to know about Triple H, because Shawn Michaels, what he did down at NXT with them is just A1 magnifique. And Triple H should already know the road, for these guys coming in and what they could mean for going forward. So I just got to wait and see. But that's my theory. What you think, E?
Yeah, I think, and I think I said it before, man. I think the difference was like that team that he had on NXT was just complete magic. You had Matt Bloom, you had Morrow, you had Beth Phoenix on commentary. Like a lot of those things I felt like helped out with everything. And then I think what the problem is on the main roster, and you kind of hit it on the head, HP Prince, is that, it's that team he has. They can't say that, oh, this is Triple H's new regime. Well, I'm still seeing the same people that was working with Vince that are still here now with Triple H. So when you got guys, and I hate even saying his damn name, but when you got guys like Bruce Pritchard and Michael Hayes, somebody like, especially Michael Hayes, was talking about, oh, give him 3 or 4 years and they'll be a main champion. That is the problem as to why we keep having all these start and stops. And then this is another issue as to why we have all these problems to where we see the momentum already climbing for a certain person that we're liking, and then you just die him out. And then when you want to give him an opportunity, by that time we don't even care anymore. So, and that again, that is I put that 100%. Yes. Sami Zayn, Finn Balor. I wouldn't even be surprised by 2027. Then they'll probably finally give him the damn title. But it's like, for all that, why do we do these vignettes? Why do we do these promos that makes me feel like, oh, this could be their time? And you take it away, and then you don't even go back to it, and then you just throw them in the mix of something else, and you just have them doing stupid stuff. And then by the time you put them in the main picture, again, like I said, nobody's gonna care, or it's gonna be too late. The hype and the momentum that they already had, you've already killed that. Same thing I feel like with Jey Uso. They started that with Jey Uso. When he had the IC title, you had him with the IC title organically getting over. He was doing stuff. Then you take the title off him for 2 to 3 weeks. For what reason? I don't know. That already killed his momentum. Then you give him back the title. Then you take it away. Then you put him in the Royal Rumble. At this point now, you're damn near forcing the Yeats, in my opinion. Because if for all that, you should have just had Jey Uso with the IC title for at least 6, 7, 8 months until WrestleMania 41 to really see that test. Like, can he do that? Can he really carry the main title? That was your test right there. But you didn't do that because, in my opinion, I felt like LA Knight should have won the Royal Rumble last year. And he could have beat Gunther. And that could have been his time. But now, we already seen who's winning the Rumble now. And I mean, we're talking about NXT. I don't want to already piss myself off.
Sorry.
Getting ready to talk about what's going on with SmackDown, because I'm gonna tell you right now that oh god damn it, but yeah, I think that is the main that is the main reason as to why I feel like it's not the same, and I think Shawn Michaels still has that same team of people, and I also think too the differences with NXT and the main roster with Triple H and them is doing. Like, I feel like with NXT and them, they're working with the wrestlers. They're kind of working with the wrestlers on their character, whether it's just in-ring, promos, story. Like, they get that time and that chance to work with them. On the main roster, they ain't really doing that. It's just all these guys in the room, and this is like, all right, this is what we got for you. And I think that's a big problem. You could have magic and you can have stories. I appreciate just I appreciate you trying to give me a breather, bro. Um, but you can have stories, and you can have better stories if you're working with the wrestlers. Like, and I think that is a huge problem. Like, how can you have a wrestling company and you just got guys that don't even wrestle no more? Half of the guys on the writing team don't even wrestle. They haven't even sniffed the damn rope, let alone came in down there. Like, some of these guys haven't done anything. So I think if they start doing that, they could really get some magic at them. Because, you got somebody like Natalia that has said she has, always, tried to pitch ideas and give ideas, and they just be like, no, we'll do something else, but you don't give her anything good. So why don't you try to see what her character work can be? I mean, we're seeing it with Natty, but again, that's a whole.
But how long did it take for Natty to come out as Natty?
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Look
Like
how long it's been now.
how long did it take? And then even now that she's here, she's still not giving us everything.
Nope.
No,
So
she got to go to Japan to do that. And that's what's crazy.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy.
So that's where it's one of those things, as we say about the writers. Yeah, some of the people that are in creative, they shouldn't be in creative no more. That's why we keep getting the recycled stories from the eras that we grew up in. And it's like, yeah, that was the nostalgic moment of like, oh, something that Stone Cold would have did if Vince was in the back of the ambulance and I'm gonna write it off. That was cool, that was great, but what else are we doing? We're not doing anything else. And I do sometimes feel it's unfair for Triple H because yes, I didn't watch NXT when he was there, but when I finally did start watching NXT, of course now I'm hooked. Cause I'm like, yeah, their stories are better. Like I'm more in tune in them versus how they're trying to tell the stories now. And you're right, they keep recycling the same 5 people. And the fact of the matter is, they should have never went back to Vegas this year. They really wanted to go back to Vegas. They could have went to Vegas next year. Like they should have stuck with the program of how they normally do WrestleManias and going to different places, because now it does feel like everything's being recycled. These people were in this same championship last year. These people, like, they were doing the same thing over again. We already seen CM Punk and Roman. Now, granted, that was a smart buildup, but I think Paul Heyman said it somewhere. He goes, the problem is we're not preparing for the next WrestleMania. We're preparing now, which is why our storylines are getting so stagnant, because now you're like, okay, so now it's coming. So we have 6 weeks to pull this story off. Versus if you're building these stories up well, by next WrestleMania, all haywire could happen. Everything can happen that can change. And 2, they are not listening to the talent, because if you listen to your talent, say, hey, this is the direction I think my story should go in, which means because they believe in themselves, if they are given this opportunity, they can drive that character in a different direction. And because you want to be like, I don't know, I don't like that idea. Just like, Michael Hayes irritated me the most when he was sitting here talking about Chelsea. She gives us what she wants, but she's still mid-card. No, she ain't.
Yeah, no, she ain't.
I haven't seen nobody else out here on no injury, still rolling up at work and still giving you a class act show. Yes. Everyone else, Liv was sitting here at home. Roxanne is at home. Whoever, like they could have even used Kevin Owens. You injured, but we need you talking some junk. Like even like before Naomi went silent. Naomi was still Twitter thumbings. You keep talking about my man, I'm gonna hurt you. Like this is what I'm gonna do when I come back. Like that is still that's being creative of your own character and believing in what you have to do and giving that chance. And I do believe that, Jay, they pushed him too soon. I'm not saying that he did not deserve the title, because he did, but they pushed him too soon. And then we have all these other titles and you're not using them. Why are we not using them? Why are we not
Candace? Why
are we not providing things that need to get provided? If that makes sense. Just like the tag team division. Bella's we're back. Cool. Where are y'all?
Don't care. I don't care. Keep them gone.
You.
I know. You're saying you don't care, but I think I understand why they came back, because they should. But Brie hasn't been in the ring. They should be having fights. They should be having matches just to build themselves up. Just like they dropped the ball. They could have had Inspiration back and have them.
Amen.
Have them with Chelsea. That would be the most comical, but talent that they could have together. Like they're not thinking outside the box, and that is the problem.
No. Yeah. And then again, when you got Chelsea Green with the secret Hervis, and you're
I
trying
love
to say
that.
you can't put her in the main card, you could again, she's a heel.
Heel.
If you're a heel that has a faction,
yes,
you can do a lot with
you
that.
can do a lot of the things with that.
And you should.
Ladies, let me just say one thing real quick, because I have to roll. I gotta get my daughters to a movie. One, I am so grateful.
Y'all going to see Hoppers?
No, Goat. My it's my niece's her birthday.
Aww.
Yeah, it's her birthday, so they're all going to see Goat, and so I got to get to the movie theater. But ladies, I just want to say how much of an honor and a privilege it was to have y'all on the show and be able to talk wrestling from the female perspective and hear your thoughts on the way things are going. I cannot wait to do this again with you guys. I hope we get the opportunity to. And then Candace, she popped in with something that I 100% like feel with her was last night. I love Oba, but with Joey Gargano, I know we're jumping ahead because we haven't gotten to this yet. It just reminded me, I'm like, man, Joey Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa were phenomenal in NXT.
I'm telling
and
you,
the matches
that
they put on and the things that they've done. And Johnny wrestling, like all of that. And for him to have, to me, just a lackluster main roster career, it's sad to me. And then when I saw them feeding him to Oba, I was like, this is how far has he fallen? Like, you know, granted, it's Oba, you know, so you know, it's the ruler. But I just was like, I would like to have at least given Gargano the opportunity to put up more of a fight, because Gargano is that dude. And you know, and I don't know sometimes, you know, what's going on. And that's why I say, like with Triple H, like he knows these people, like the matches that they put on in NXT, he knows what they're capable of. So why make this decision here? You know, like why put Gargano out there? You could have put any other scrub from the rest of the roster out there and fed him to Oba and just continue to build this thing with Oba. Just like with Jade Cargill last night in her promo. I still think her saying at the end of I'm That B should be over by now. I just think if they had been feeding her, you know, people from NXT, you know, people from catering, and just week after week of her saying, you know, after she beats him, I'm That B, that the crowd would, you know like just viscerally when she's done, she's that B, you know, they would be chanting. It would be a thing because that's how it happened. Like lemon pepper steppers. We've heard that so much that now Trick doesn't have to say it. He just says, I'm gonna put on my, and the crowd finishes lemon pepper steppers. And
it's in that song. Don't forget, it's in Bruno Mars' new album.
It is.
Cha-cha-cha.
I'm gonna come out there and cha-cha all over you. Hey, Trick is that dude. But also, I did like his little comedic bit a little bit last night with Randy, and Randy was laughing in the ring. Randy really likes Trick, and so I kind of peeped that in. Trick shaking and selling the RKO last night was just
the little twitch.
Yeah, the little twitch. I caught that. I was rolling, and then the way he knocked his glasses down.
Yep.
Yeah. And Randy was trying not to laugh. You could see it in his face, but yeah, Trick is. I love his new intro. I love him being on the box, like, and they're turning, and then
that white light,
the slow look around, like Trick. That the aura is over 9,000 with this guy, and I hope WWE can capture it before it's too late. But ladies, thank y'all so much. Hey, thank everybody that popped in today and hopped in the chat. BJ, Polo, Novice Knows, Trail, Candace. We appreciate all of y'all. And I'll see y'all either next. Well, I don't know. Yeah, are we doing a review of NXT tonight? Are we coming back on for post show?
Yeah, I'm coming. We're coming back on.
Well, I'll catch y'all later tonight. I appreciate y'all all. Peace.
Bye.
Thanks, HP Prince.
Aww.
Oh man. Well, you know, we talked about some of these great things that happen on NXT. Now it's
try to pray about
the travesty.
I usually say time to talk about the best part of the end of the week, but I guess it's time to talk about the worst part of the end of the week.
Amen.
For Friday Night SmackDown.
we all came back all sad. You see this?
I mean, it was
Just
terrible, just terrible.
this was
Ugh.
I can't believe I had to be subjected to that. And I was
yeah.
excited about these 3 hours. I was like, finally, they're gonna give me enough time. And I'm like, this what you doing with my 3 hours?
Yeah. I just all right.
I want to pour one out for my homie. It was rough.
All right, let's get right into it. I'm trying to hold my emotions together. I got a lot to talk about with this BS that happened tonight, man. Well, last night. They kicked this one off. All right, with Randy Orton. All right, and I thought this was already good within itself. I said, all right, Randy, I get it. He's talking about he was talking. He actually had a lot of mentions, man. He was saying how he felt like all the people that had gave him the credit of being one of the greatest, Harley Race, JBL, Ric Flair. He felt that. And he said he's just waiting to see who his opponent is. And he said we're going to find out later on tonight within that time. Then that man Trick, Hollywood Trick, First Class Trick, Two Brand Trick, Trick and Nay, Trick Willie. Man, I love this, man. Trick came out. And man, we was talking about him earlier. It just made me laugh. I said, Trick, come on, you are killing it with this. Try to say that, Randy said he wasn't 6'5", 6 abs. I said, come on, man, you killing us with this. And then to the point where Randy hit Trick with the RKO. And again, I said, all right, y'all got this one now. This is good. We're gonna let Trick get this because he a heel. But again, this is good for Trick, and I'm wondering if later down the line, if we see something happen, will this put him in a title, in a main title picture? I'd love to see it for Trick. I really would. Then we flash forward. Man, we're still not doing too bad so far with this one. We had Carmelo Hayes. Okay, and I thought this was a great match, and we said this before with these open challenges, man. We had Carmelo Hayes, okay, beating, and I thought Dr. Wagner Jr. Now, this was a great match, and they have to kind of start bringing some people from different brands and different areas. So I definitely understood this. I thought this was great for Melo. This was a great showcasing, and again, this really puts some more spotlight on Triple AA. Then we flash forward. Man, I love this. The celebration. Okay. Love to see this. First of all, Nia she's been locked in. This woman has had a complete transformation in this last year. Love seeing what her and Lash are doing, celebrating their tag team victory, being the new tag champs. Love to see it for Lash. But then Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss congratulating Nia, saying you finally found somebody to ride on their coattails. I said, all right, hold on, Alexa. Don't do that now. We ain't got to say all that. But I thought this was good. She wasn't wrong. She wasn't wrong. She was not wrong. But then we had Kiana James and Julia came out. Okay, now they're talking about they need to be the next, they should be up for the tag team titles. And to the point to where now at this point, Julia and Kiana James are having this face off with Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. This is kind of why I get pissed off right here.
Amen.
So then we move on to Nick Aldis. He makes this a match. This is going to be a qualifying match for who goes for the tag team champions. And of course, Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss beating Julia and Kiana James. Now, how did I know this was going to happen? How did I know that they were going to win? Well, I've been saying this. It's been on the damn commercials since November. And I mean,
that's so cute.
This is what kills me. Look at that. I love that for you. I love it for you, Sean. I said to myself, okay, all right, I get it. We got to sell tickets. And at the same time, this was kind of already revealed to me. Why? Because we've already seen Charlotte Flair in the WrestleMania commercial. So this pretty much guaranteed she was going to be in this. I mean, if it wasn't going to be her winning the Elimination Chamber, which, Jay kind of messed that up with the promo and kind of revealed that. So they had to make a last minute change to put Kiana James in there. Because we know for a fact it was definitely supposed to be Charlotte versus Jade. That's been a thing since
That's
Jade
what it
first got
should
to
have been.
WWE. Yeah.
Why
But then,
change anything else? Why change that?
I don't know. Well, you know how it is with Rhea. She got to whine and do all this to get to the main title. You know, hey, Bianca said it last year to her. I said, you ain't capping about it, EST. You ain't told nothing but a damn lie. But I mean, I just said to myself, come on, man, come on. I would have. We just had a little bit of momentum going with Kiana James, and you know, of course, Julia ain't doing much of the damn nothing. So we gonna put Charlotte. We've been saying this already.
Not like she got a belt or nothing. Julia is a champion, but how often do we notice that?
And it ain't like they've been giving her anything to compete for. I mean, again, you could have had Charlotte and Alexa facing for that. You could have had them. I mean, they need something for that mid card, but no.
They could have put Charlotte and Julia, because Charlotte ain't won that belt. You know what I'm saying?
Not at all.
They're just not good at the storytelling. Not good at it.
They're not. It's ridiculous, man. I was just, you know, and then and to me, this is where they messed up already. What you got, Sean David? What's your thoughts on this?
For me, give me something I have not seen. Give me something to keep my interest going. You don't keep my interest. We don't see, as much as I love Alexa. I love Alexa Bliss. I love her. I done seen that. Let me see something else. Let's do something else with the storyline, please. Something else.
Anything
else.
Almost anything. Listen.
What you think about this, Carol? What's your thoughts? Because I'm gonna tell you right now. If you ask me, hold on. Before you even give your take, as soon as I seen this, I Cuba.
Just 1 minute. Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of it.
I'd like to review their storylines so I can be the supervisor and rip them up and throw them away. Because there's so much you could have done with this. If you had showcased Julia properly, Alexa and Charlotte could be fighting with. I mean, I want to go. You want to go? Who want to go? I want to go against her. Like, that would be new. That would be interesting. Like, yep. Julia is a hard-hitting wrestler. Her and Charlotte, I'm trying to see that. Because Charlotte hit hard, too. And Julia, she got that Japan killer instinct situation.
Yes.
So if you put her and Charlotte, I'm like, oh, this might be between like a Rhea Charlotte part 2. You know what I'm saying? Because they hit hard, both of them. And Julia is not afraid. Think Blake to the nth degree. Like, she is not afraid. She will break you down in that ring. And when you put her on that spotlight, she delivers. But instead, you have her wanting a tag title? Girl, you a champion. And then how do you have Kiana, who we just saw she's championship material, right? We don't see this. Her in that chamber was magical. So shouldn't there be seeds of discord a little bit between Julia and Kiana? Because now Kiana's like, wait, I'm feeling myself a little. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm like, you have so many ingredients here to really mix things up. But I also want to take a moment to tell you, Naya, girl, you look good. Okay? What you've been doing, and it is amazing. And I do think she's had a transformation because I think she believes in herself as much as everyone else finally does. And her and Lash is a good match together. Like, they're a good tag team together. They packaged them as a tag team. It feels like a tag team. They got new music. So what y'all doing? What are you doing? Like, you have all these ingredients for greatness. Instead of you just sitting down, like, I want to be the supervisor. I want to sit here and be like, nope, try again. Like, you could have made these all money matches by now. Just like Tanisha said, if you had looked, that's one thing I will tell you. You can say what you want about Vince, but he did not book for the immediate WrestleMania. He always booked 2 or 3 WrestleManias ahead of time. So you knew where you were going.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you need to be building these pieces, these like, you doing this with Danhausen, but why can't the women get that same attention and that same appreciation and that same interest? Because they can sell t-shirts. They can be on TV shows, and I love me some Bianca, and I love me Naomi. But you should not be only depending on those two to drag your division forward.
Amen.
There's a whole slew of people. You have a pipeline coming with NXT, and if I'm an NXT star right now, I'm like, can we erase that date for when I gotta leave? Because I'm trying to stay here. Or maybe do I do what Ariana, and take my behind to TNA? Since it's kind of like a little revolving door over there. So I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing with these great ingredients you could be having here? You got all these ingredients for a masterpiece. And instead of you taking the time to tell a real, complete story, you're doing this nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
So I was quite angry. I ain't gonna hold you. I was very angry last night because I'm like, you have these great talents, all of them strong in different ways. And Alexa, you can just plug and play my girl. She is so good anywhere. You can plug and play her anywhere, and she can easily get over. And you're not doing anything. Like right now, they've been fighting about these tag team titles. Should we have had a ladder match by now, you think?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Amen.
Oh, yeah.
Because they've been fighting about these tag team titles forever with everybody and their mama. So should we have had, like, you got WrestleMania coming. I would have put everyone in qualifiers and been like, winner gets to be in the spot.
I feel you, Kiara, but remember how they did the tag team titles last year with the Profits and how they literally, I mean, they oh, God. I mean,
I was angry. Like, if y'all want to go back and tape and see the fury that was our WrestleMania review, they should have put them on the main show, because what were you doing? But if you look at the tag team division a year ago, that thing was on fire. I was ready. Every week, I don't care if you was fighting or not. What's going on in the back? Who fighting with who? You with this person? You got new people, and even in that tag team mayhem.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that real quick. Tanisha, what's your thoughts on this whole thing with Charlotte and Alexa? What's your thoughts on this?
Well, you know what? I'm passionate, right? But I also get why they did it. Because once again, they're just trying to sell tickets. That's all they thinking in their head. We need to sell tickets so we can say we're sold out. But you ain't gonna get sold out unless you drop these tickets to like $200 to $100. You ain't getting sold out.
They need to drop them to $50. That's the only way I'm paying for them at this point.
But I'm saying, but because I mean, they did, from what I saw, they did cut them from 7 to 3, and I was like, yeah, but I'm not paying $300 to be in the nosebleeds. That's not.
Yeah.
It was a 25% cut, and they still ain't moving tickets.
They're still not moving tickets. So they thinking, and this is the other thing. It's like, we already know your hand, so we already knew that you're going to start putting certain people in there. And like you said, they did the stupid promo by putting the key players in their promo to pretty much like, and now you're showing each one of these people are at WrestleMania. Like every last one of them. The only person who's not is Io.
Yes.
But hey, you know they got that whole thing next week. So
and I'm with Candace. I hope they they get all my small Asian people together, because that would be great. Because I think that would be awesome. I think that would be, that
would be so good.
That would be such a good technical match. Give us a little bit of people who never seen, because I've never seen Japanese wrestling. Give me a style of like watching that, like giving us a take of like, ooh, okay. Like, I think I'm gonna go watch that. I'm gonna watch, because now what y'all just did is like really like, ooh. But I'm not. So go back to Charlotte and Alexa. I'm not surprised. I'm really not surprised. I'm not going to say that Kiana did not have a point, because she did. She came out there and I was very impressed. I didn't know who Kiana was. So when I saw her in an Elimination Chamber match, I was highly impressed. She stood her ground. She stood on her own. I could have easily seen him go to WrestleMania just off of that, because that is giving me a move and a shake and giving me different people that I'm not thinking that I need to see. So if you already are having that idea, then you continue building on that. And once again, we're gonna keep talking about it. They are not doing great storytelling because right now in their heads, they're just they're doing what they think is going to help move tickets. And it may move tickets a little bit, but it ain't going to move to the tickets that you're thinking that it should move because you're recycling the same thing over and over again. Yeah. But do I think that Charlotte and Alexa technically should have never lost their belts? I don't know.
I think they were an excellent tag team.
I think that was what Charlotte needed. I like the fact that Charlotte was not focused on the women's titles and she was focusing on something else, and she seemed so much happy to focus on it. I don't know what this outfit she came out in though. I don't know. I don't know if that was supposed to be.
So it's a hit or miss sometimes with her. It's a hit or miss.
No, but I mean, before while she was she wasn't missing nothing. Her outfit was on point. This one, I was just like, is this you kind of coming back as like Charlotte? And that's who we're about to get again? Or are we? I'm not quite sure, but I do think they should do a qualifying match. I think they should throw in it. I think Kiana should keep interrupting or doing something and keep putting their names out there. I do feel like Julia needs to get the title taken off of her because she ain't doing nothing either. Like, I feel like they just, when they give them the title, they don't.
But it's not her fault.
I know.
They don't do anything with.
I'm not saying it's their fault at all. But once again, once these women's titles are not moving, they're not moving. You get them, and now you have them. And the fact that I think
isn't that supposed to be a workhorse championship?
Yep. The main card title.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry, Tanisha, keep going.
The fact that I have a feeling that y'all gonna make Lash and Nia lose is also for me as a Black woman going, you're not giving our Black champions the correct thing. And with Jade, yeah, that line is old because Rhea ripped her. Even though that segment still was born in me, but she still ripped her saying, you know, your body is for show. Like you're not.
It was.
And to be honest, yeah, it's to get people to pay attention to you. Because I've said this for a while. She should have went to NXT first, built her in there. Because if they built her in here, once she's on the main card, then she would probably be unstoppable. But you're repeating the same thing that she was doing in AEW, which is another reason why I didn't really watch AEW, because it was just like, you're not doing anything that makes me go, oh, I want to watch. Even what they did with Mercedes, I'm not, oh, I want to watch it because it's corny.
There's a lot happening now, though. I keep trying to tell she ain't seen the.
I know, I haven't, but still, it doesn't.
Not with Mercedes now. That.
Listen.
We back on some stuff.
I'm not saying that Mercedes is not a good wrestler. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying that she should come back to WWE. I ain't saying none of that. But what I'm saying is, it's just showing once again, especially us of color, how they view and look at us. And either we're their scapegoats or we are their top performers. But like Kiara was saying, you guys rely too heavy on Bianca and Naomi. And technically, Naomi made y'all rely on her because y'all weren't even trying to rely on her either. Y'all weren't trying to see her as talent. And when she was like, no, I'm going to take over my creative, and this is why, and explain all of that, then it was like, oh, yeah, that's a great idea. Let's do it. But you had no backup plan. And that's the problem. There's no backup plan. Yeah. And I really hate to see that Jay may lose the title to Rhea because she shouldn't. There should be somebody else she should be losing it to.
She probably will, though.
I know. Yeah. But I also hate the fact that Nia and Lash may lose their title too, and they only had it for a moment.
Yeah.
That's my.
I mean, that's what they're doing right now. That's true.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and talk about this because we only got a little bit left to talk.
I know. We got a lot to talk about.
Oh man. So going on, you know, we had the tag team debacle going on. This whole situation. Okay. First, we had, Fraxium beating the Motor City Machine Guns. I said, man, come on.
That's crazy.
Then we had Los Garza beating Fraxium. I said, all right, I guess. Then we had Los Garza beating the Wyatt Six because they was distracted from the MFTs. I said, well, all right. Then the tag team, they literally just put together Damian Priest and R-Truth. Now they're up for the tag titles.
Can we talk about why he bald?
He did that. He did
He
that.
ain't got
He
no
put it
more
on
hair
social
left.
media.
He
Yeah,
ain't
he
got no
said
more hair left.
he ain't got nothing going on. He just
Yeah, he done.
it's
He
okay.
done at
It's
this
okay.
point.
But this
But
was
then,
stupid. They literally
yeah,
just put them together. So what
I
about your established tag teams? Because Garza, I felt like had an amazing showing because they were
yeah.
doing all that heavy work in AAA, doing amazing stuff. So I'm like, and then you got the Motor City Machine Guns, and I'm like, they're also very good. And I would cry that Fraxium is very good. So what is happening here?
This is kind of the formula that they do. They kind of take two singles guys, throw them together, and it's like it's already predictable. When you just throw them in there at the last minute, you pretty much already told us who's about to win. And it made sense because as soon as they came out last, I said, well, there you go. There's your winners right there. I mean, you're not going to just do that. And I mean, it would have been different if you had them start first and then they won the whole thing. All right, now I can get behind you. But now at this point, when you throw them in last, you just put them together. And don't get me wrong, I like R-Truth and Dame Priest together. I think it'll be a funny
I
pairing,
do.
but I just lazy, just lazy. But let's
That's
talk
what you
about
got
this
for them?
because yeah, just
That's what you
that's
got
all
for
they
them?
got. That's all they got. That's all they got. But I know we was talking a little bit about this with Jade and Rhea, man. I ain't gonna lie. I thought Jade's promo, I was on a TikTok panel yesterday. Shout out to my man Worldwide. Uh, he was kind of talking about it. I feel like, sometimes when Jade is talking about her doing this, that, and the third, sometimes she does kind of come off as a damn robot. I said, Jade, come on. You should have been having some fire. You should have been talking about some stuff with Bianca and some other. There's not enough yet, but I'm hoping because they gotta kind of keep this because they got 6 weeks away. So I guess you gotta keep it up to a certain point. But even for Rhea and Jade, I personally, I just thought because of everything that was going on with them on X, I thought maybe we might have been getting some more fire, but it just wasn't that. So we only got a few more things left, ladies. This
I
was
feel like
good.
they banned them from saying the stuff that they said on X, I'm guessing.
I think so too. I'm kind of. It wouldn't surprise me neither. Then of course we had Johnny Gargano. First he came out talking about he wanted to be Johnny Wrestling, and then we seen Oba Femi just another squash. And again, this is good for Oba, but you know, I just don't know for
Is it really
Johnny,
good for
man.
Oba?
No,
No.
they
I
need to
mean,
stop with this. Stop. Put him somewhere and let him kill everybody. Stop it. Stop.
I don't
well,
mind the going back
there's
and
hope.
forth. I mind that they chose Johnny Wrestling to do it because you
Yeah,
basically resurrected him from the,
from the
the
dead.
comatose. Yeah, I was gonna say that, but from the
Planking.
comatose situation he'd been in,
Planking. He
just
was
to have him
planking.
get squashed. What
And
was
then
the
he was
point? He
back
was
in the same
planking.
position.
Yes.
Yeah,
What's
he
the
was back in the
point?
same position again. Yeah, I didn't like that for Johnny, man. I thought like, if you're gonna give him somebody he could have really like wrestled. And then he didn't have his gear. Like he didn't have his gear on. So I'm like, I mean, granted, Johnny could do it with regular gear, no whatever, but I
They
don't
could
know,
have just
man.
hired somebody to come in for the day to do that. You see what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
it didn't
yeah.
need to be Johnny, especially
No.
because we'd been in this daggone storyline forever with him planking Sean Davis this entire time. And Candace finally, we up, and now we back down. What the?
Yeah. And
I
the
was like,
disappointment on her face, man, after I said, damn, man, just not in front of
same,
your shorty, man. You can't be doing that,
same.
man. That just
Don't
well,
just keep him around to just be, you know what I feel like? He's been a WWE guy this whole time, but I think if he's watching what's happening with
with
Tommaso
Tommaso.
over at AEW, he might be like, maybe we don't renew this. Maybe we
Oh,
go
I'm
elsewhere.
pretty sure. I'm pretty
Because
sure.
Candace is a fabulous wrestler too, and they're not using her either. So in
No.
this case, and I rarely say this, I would be happy for them to move over and see
Oh
where
yeah.
the grass is greener
Oh yeah.
because
Oh yeah.
y'all ain't getting the respect you deserve
No.
at all.
And that's why I'm glad Ricochet did what he did because you see what the work he's doing, and I love
This
everything that
situation
he's doing
though,
up in
can that
there.
stop? Can this stop? Can you find a better one? Can we not feel like we on Hunger Games? I'm just
I love it. Hey, I'm with it. I'm with it.
can we not
Bishop
be on Hunger
Pine,
Games with
all
the
the
demands?
tail. I love it for him. All right. Let's talk about this BS, man.
Boo!
Oh.
Boo!
Boo.
I got everything for this.
Just 1 minute. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I never thought.
Boo!
Oh, trust me, there's more. There's more. Don't even. Damn.
Yes.
I'm fighting for my life. Y'all killing me with this. Police always messing with me and my friends when we go out. Can't never have no fun. What's happening, huh? You want some too? Sick of y'all. Oh, I swear to God.
I can't take this, man. This is the finish right
And
here.
I like Cody. Don't get me wrong, I like Cody, but I didn't want to see that. I did not want to see that last night. I didn't want that.
No one wanted to see
Nobody
that
wanted
last night.
this.
It's
He better turn
evident.
heel. If he don't turn heel on Randy, I don't know what else. 'Cause this is killing me. That.
You do need to turn heel. But like, he's like, Triple H linked this by accident. He leaked it on his social profile, and all
10
he needed
seconds.
was the people being like, "Boo!" Yeah, everyone hated it. Yeah, so they put graphics together. Whoever was managing his social, who needs a better person? I'm out here. I do that in case y'all need me. Anyway, so they just they leaked it 10 seconds, and they took it down. So we all knew that Cody was gonna win, which is a travesty for the work that Drew is doing. Okay? It's a travesty. I was like, what are you doing here? Is Drew going to shoot his movie now? Is that what's happening? Because it better be. Because this is stupid.
I hated everything about this, man. I think
It was stupid.
100%. This was, first of all, and y'all know I've been saying this about the damn commercials. I immediately, once they had that whole thing with Nick Aldis, I said, bro, well, he's probably going to win probably going to win this on SmackDown. And why do we know this? Because Cody's one of the main four in the damn commercial. And y'all been doing this BS. And I'm sick of this. What are we sitting there doing this to Drew for? What do you even take the title off of? What you take the title off of Cody for in the first place? And then you put it on Drew. We wanted Drew. Right. And you know what? You know what else pissing me off? The fans in the arena. What the hell are y'all cheering for this for?
I said that too. I said, y'all hopped up on alcohol because right now I would have been in that. I would have been mad as all get out on
doing this. Like, come on! You want to see Cody like this again? I'm sick of this.
You remember all those years they was mad about Roman being pushed? Mm-hmm. Is no one angry about Cody being pushed like this? Because Cody is much better when he's chasing a championship than when he is a champion.
Maybe that's why they cheered. Now that you say that, maybe that's why they cheered in the first place. I don't know.
Watch what happens when they're like, Cody comes out, is built again. You know what we're going to be cheering for? Randy.
Yep. But see, this is my thing.
This better be number 15 for Randy, okay? This better be it. Check it out.
That's the thing I was just about to say. We're going to be running this back again for Cody at Mania. So we're going to have Randy win. So Randy breaks the title. Like we didn't just see that last year with John Cena. With him becoming the never seen 17. I don't get this. Why are we doing this rinse and repeat BS? I mean, come on. Now, I've been saying this. A lot of stuff that Sammy was doing last night, I actually like what he was doing. I still think in some way, shape, I was hoping for it until they gave. Yeah, I was hoping for it before they gave the damn title back to Cody. I thought, all right, if Drew retains, this ought to be a fatal 5-way. And I wouldn't be upset about it. Randy, Cody, Jacob, Sammy, and Rand. Just do that. And then however you want to, which I wouldn't have been surprised.
You know what I'm saying? Just somebody else. Like
something. Even if you had, and I wouldn't even been surprised even at the end if Sammy would have won it. Because at this point, as much as they've been talking about Sammy needs to win this for his son and all this BS, fine, whatever. But come on. Cody, in my opinion, I don't even think he's selling tickets like that anymore. Granted, you can say he's a draw, but he was only a draw because of what's going on with him and Roman and the build up to that. So I don't know, man. I'm just kind of done with this. I'm sick of it. I can't wait for Vengeance Day. At least that'll be the only thing I can get some type of vengeance or reconciliation with from my heart. Because as much as I'm getting pissed off now talking about, I just can't stand this. It's just
your blood pressure. Your blood pressure is high. You turn.
You know what I'm saying? Take a breath.
No, it is. My head is it's pounding. I can't take this, y'all. I'm just sick of this. But yeah, I'm gonna get y'all thoughts, and we gonna go ahead and end off the show. So, what y'all thoughts on this? I know we pretty much all got the same opinion on this, but
boo,
y'all go ahead, man.
I'm gonna say it's stupid. I say it's stupid. Hold on, I say it's stupid. No one asks. No one. I repeat, no one asks for Cody to win. I repeat, I don't care if they were cheering. No one asks for Cody to win. Because why? I feel like his storyline has gone down since he's no longer chasing it for his dad. He conquered it. That was the whole reason. He conquered it. And then once that happened, it was like, what you chasing for it now? Just to have it? Like just to, what's going on? Nothing? Okay.
And should be one, remember?
Yeah, whatever. So he now granted, Drew could have kept going. I would rather them switch it. If they need to switch it because Drew needs to leave, they should have gave it to Jacob. Okay? Because Jacob,
that's a good idea.
That one
is deserving. He has been deserving. He already had a championship run with the US.
Look at that.
Oh, that's right, Werewolf.
That's
with
right.
The US championship.
The mayor of the Magic Boot, my man Jacob. Yes.
He was already there. But this is the thing, right? They need to reveal that it was Cody who decided to attack Jacob and Jay. So then now Jay could be like, we were.
Well, I like that, sis. But Sammy,
my bro.
Sammy.
Nah.
You think it should be Sammy?
Or it could have been Sammy and Cody together, and that's why they're at odds.
I like that.
I like it.
I like that.
I like
that.
Can we actually get the storyline to finish? Because y'all didn't do it with Jade and Naomi and Bianca because y'all punks. But can y'all do it with them? Can we actually get that where it's like, ooh, my two brotherins, y'all decided
y'all conspired against me, and then that would fire up me again. That would fire up Jimmy again because Jimmy about to be out for paternity leave.
That would fire
up.
But then that's when Jacob and Jay are now, because I could see them being attacked because they was trying to do it with Jimmy, and I was like, But I think Jay and Jacob,
that would be good. Yes, I like that. I like how.
But don't
look at how many ideas she's spitting.
Let Roman be on his island of relevancy by himself because he needs to learn how to stand on his 2 feet. Because I ain't gonna lie, CM Punk was right. You need to learn how to stand on your feet. You don't know what you're doing because you have people around you. So he needs to stand on his 2 feet. But that is what should happen. And truthfully, I wouldn't even be surprised if they try to throw Drew in there and now they had a 4-way for the championship because that's just so predictable.
Yeah. I just think it's crazy too. I just think it's crazy too how Cody gets an opportunity and Jacob didn't, and Jacob got screwed first, and then you just throw the opportunity. That's where when we talked about that last week, I said, man, this is some BS, bro. This is where I say the wrestle. Yeah, and then the WrestleMania commercials revealed it all. Like I feel like if y'all threw those commercials out now, hey, I wouldn't give a damn. But y'all sat there and gave this stuff out since November. So we already seen this. We've already, and it's like more and more by the time I was like, well, that makes sense. Oh, there you go. Liv's in it. She won the Rumble. Roman's in it. He won the Rumble. CM Punk's in it. He's the champion. Like Jade's in it. She's the champion. Rhea about to be in it. She won the chamber. Like all of this stuff. I'm like, yeah, y'all can keep it. The only thing they didn't put in was Randy. And I thank God, but ridiculous.
That's because he wasn't probably available during filming day.
But it's not even that. This is the thing. The thing about it is they had this promo since November and they still haven't moved tickets. So why would you think you need to put them in there? Because if that didn't make you move tickets and people like, oh, I already think I'm going to, because because it's not who we want to see. Understand that.
Amen.
You keep getting people and you're force feeding us to people. And eventually, you're going to have people like, I'm going to start going to these other shows because this is a cheaper option for me. Let me start filling into this, and you're actually helping your opposites, your opposition. Thank you. You're helping them and be a better promotion than you are.
Right. So this is the opportunity that AEW, the independent scenes, TNA, though I have thoughts about how y'all ain't working that hard on y'all stuff, to get some market share because this is crazy. This is crazy. Like I have never been so disenchanted during a WrestleMania season as I am this year. Like I was like, I don't even care.
Nope.
I don't even care.
But y'all, look, I'd love to keep going. We got to end it off because they about to cut us off soon.
I know we about to go.
We talked about some of the great things with Monday Night Raw, NXT, and of course, unfortunately, with SmackDown, we had Sean Diva, we had my girls Kiera and Tanisha from the Mamas podcast. Look, we love having y'all on here. Please come back again. look, if y'all can come back tonight, let me know. We can go ahead and do Vengeance Day and we'll do something else. But as always, I'm your humble host, your man, your myth, your legend, Eric Knight. And like I always say, we are the Exclusive Nights. We always ensure that we're the best there is, the best there was, and best it ever will be. And to ensure that your nights will never be the same. Y'all be good.
Bye.